This case started with a tiny car bump, but seconds later, it turned into a full-blown assault investigation. One punch, a police report, and suddenly the judge is talking about jail time, drug tests, and a criminal record. The question is, was it road rage or a life-changing mistake?
Your last name, sir? Wyckoff?
So,
Mr. Wyckoff, you're charged with assault and bodily injury. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Second, please before deputy arrives at McDonald's parking lot at 13532 Beechnut Street in Harris County, Texas, where he made contact with the defendant and a complainant who were near their vehicles. The complainant and the defendant do not know each other. The complainant stated that when he was driving on the public roadway, he accidentally backed his vehicle into the defendant's front bumper. The complainant believed that he did not strike the defendant's vehicle at the time of the impact and drove away onto the cross street. The defendant began to follow him. The complainant parked his vehicle in the McDonald's parking lot and observed the defendant's vehicle stop behind his car. The defendant approached the driver's door of the complainant's vehicle. The complainant opened his driver's door and asked the defendant, "Hey bro, are we good?" The defendant became verbally aggressive towards the complainant, yelling at him and telling him that he hit his car. The complainant remained sitting down in his driver's seat. The defendant was so close to the complainant that the complainant could not walk out of the vehicle. The defendant with his left fist struck the complainant on the right side of his face, causing pain. Defendant repeatedly told the complainant to get out of the car. The complainant remained in the vehicle while the defendant continued to yell at him, standing outside of the driver's side of the vehicle. The complainant had a purple discoloration mark with red swelling on his right cheek, consistent with that of a physical assault. The white area of the complainant's right eye was pink compared to his left eye. A vehicle inventory of the defendant's vehicle revealed a clear plastic bag containing two separate plastic bags of marijuana, total weight 83 grams, 2.9 ounces.
Mr. Wyckoff, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm going to tell you that all you really had to do was call the cops when that dude took off, and then they probably would have had that dude arrested. But now, because you took matters into your own hands, you and I are not going to have a good time. I am now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you must come right back to court. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
You run his license, please. Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
I want proof before you leave here today to see whether I'm going to allow you to drive or not. Number one. Number two, as a condition of your bond, you are not allowed to use dope or any kind of dope whatsoever or alcohol. If I find that you're using anything, I'm going to put you in jail and I'm going to make your bond sky high. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This license is eligible, Judge.
Thank you. I'm ordering you also as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons and not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Rachel, I'd like to send him down right now for a drug test. I'm going to have you sign a receipt and then I'm going to hand you off to take a drug test and then you must come right back. Do you understand? Okay.
Right this one. Judge. We have another one. Right this one.
Got it.
Ms. Villarreal, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Villarreal. How's jail? You now know that when you go to jail, you have no one that's going to bond you out. You will be stuck like Chuck until these cases are over with, as you now see. So when you're out there in the free world, these are the things that you must consider. Next time you get upset, you want to assault, you want to start trespassing, you want to do something that you know that you probably shouldn't do. You now stand charged with 2 cases. You stand charged with assault of a family member. You're also charged with criminal trespass. As part of a plea bargain agreement, you are pleading guilty to not pleading guilty, but you are entering into what's called a deferred adjudication, which is a type of probation that if you successfully complete, you do not end up with a conviction on your record on the assault. And as part of the plea bargain, they're going to dismiss the criminal trespass case against you. I want you to understand that even if you're doing this deferred, there is an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another one of these cases, regardless of whether you complete this or not, you will be charged with a 3rd-degree felony. You will be looking at a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. All you got to do is grab someone's arm and gently squeeze to where it hurts. And that's enough to where you're looking at up to 10 years in prison. You can also never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain. Do you understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged right to an open court if you're not a citizen. There are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. For you to successfully complete this thing, you will be required to do a batterers intervention prevention program. This is a program that you must go once a week for 18 weeks in person. And if you successfully complete, then you're basically done with this case. You must do what's called a TRAS. She had done a TRAS already while she was in there?
No, sir.
That's an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill any other conditions they assess. Substance abuse treatment, no drugs, no alcohol, no threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with Rafael Guzman. Who is that?
That's our father's, that's our baby's father, Your Honor.
My ex-boyfriend.
Do you get along with this person or no?
No.
So perhaps we should just do no contact then. Or I don't know. I mean, who's got custody of the child?
Me.
Let's just do no threatening or harassing because,
Yes.
I mean, that's what they had done. If you violate this agreement by testing positive, picking up a new case, not showing up, not doing your anger management class, I'm telling you now, you will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. And I'm going to tell you now, if you like that kid and if you want that kid to be in your life, this wrong way to do it. What do you think Mr. Guzman is going to do? He's going to try to take that kid away from you. And this is what he's going to use as evidence and the trespass that you are out of control. So if you like that kid and if you want that kid, straighten up and fly right. Because if not, you're going to be sitting with me for an entire year. Do you understand? I will make you a deal. If you do well, you complete that BIP class successfully, I'll take you off when you get done with that class. Don't test positive for dope or alcohol. Be nice to everybody. It's not hard. Once you get done with that class, and if you're good, I'll take you off
Thank you so much.
as an incentive to get it done quick. All right? How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold it for 13 months. Get it done, and then you don't end up with a conviction on your record. All right? Good luck, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. D.
Yes, sir.
Jail.
Do it.
We got bombed last night, yesterday.
You got what?
We got bombed on the
Oh,
live stream yesterday, so
oh,
I'm
wow,
now very wary of letting anyone in.
wow.
Mr. McCollum, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. How old are you?
26.
26, and you now have two DWIs. On the next one.
I don't know.
Right out of the gate, the judge is laying down the basics. But listen carefully. Assault causing bodily injury in Texas may sound minor, but it's still a criminal charge that can land you in jail for up to a year. And the wild part? This entire case started over a minor car bump. Instead of letting insurance handle it, things escalated into a fist to the face. One bad decision can turn a fender bender into a criminal record.
You need to know what happens on the next one.
Bad news, yeah.
No, not bad news. What happens?
Felony.
I'm going to tell you now, that you now have 2 DWIs going on your record. If you were ever pulled over and you have the slightest smell of alcohol on your breath, any officer that pulls you over is going to say, well, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, meaning if it's got DWI, one, and it's got another DWI, it's probably DWI again, and is able to withhold his tolerance. They're going to arrest you, no questions asked. They're not going to give a rat's behind whether you're drunk or not. The smell alone will be enough to take them down. And now you will be looking at up to 10 years in prison. Up to 10 years in prison. That's what you're going to be facing. I hope you really appreciate the gravity, because do you know what they would do to you in prison, Mr. McCollum? A little white boy stick piece, you know what they would do to you in prison? Holy moly, I've read stuff that was so bad it had me in freaking tears. How they just pass people along like it's a freaking rag doll. And you know what? The jailers don't give a rat's behind what happens in there. Some places are so bad they don't even go there. And I promise you, because I'm a judge, I get to read extra stuff that you're never going to get your eyes on. And it literally had me in tears, how they treat people. So you're one step away. And I hope that you appreciate that. All you have to do is pick up a phone, hit one button. You'll have a car for $20, take you anywhere you want to go in this freaking city. Don't matter where you want to go. It's always $20. How much money have you spent on all this? Yeah, and now it's going to cost you more, because you will be required to pay for the DPS fines and fees and surcharges. And if you don't, I'm going to put your butt in jail. And every $100 you owe, you will sit in custody. You're now going to be required to pay somewhere to the tune of around $6,500 to $7,000. So you can imagine how much time you will sit in jail if you don't pay it. Do you understand? Because I am trying to impress on you how dangerous this type of offense is and how very important you must take this in the future so you don't end up in prison. What are we doing, jail?
They reduced it to a Class B misdemeanor, DWI first, interlock, 18 months probation, and TRAS, all the conditions that go with the TRAS.
180 days in jail, to be probated for 18 months. As part of the probation, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill those conditions. If they tell you that you need to do inpatient treatment, well, that's where you're going to go. If they tell you that you have to do intensive outpatient or SOP, then you must do those as well. If you don't, then guess what happens? I will issue a warrant for your arrest, and then you will be looking at 180 days in jail. And I myself, if I find that you're consuming alcohol while you're on this probation, I will put you into treatment myself. And I'm going to tell you, it lasts for 180 days if you respond to treatment well. If not, you can be in there for a year and a half. Do you understand? I just put someone in yesterday, and they're going to be in there for a solid 6 to 9 months, maybe a year and a half. You understand? No drugs, alcohol, random urinalysis, guardian interlock, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you take a breath, if you're driving in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must submit to a breath test. If you don't, you're in violation of this agreement. Do you understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged with in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. You now at 26 have 2 DWIs on your record. Do you understand? How do you plead to this offense? I will find you guilty. I am going to suspend your license for 1 year. JL, what happened on the,
We won.
okay. You guys can apply for an occupational license. I want to know that he's doing well, and I don't think that we've had any violations so far, correct?
No, sir. And Judge, just to be clear, so when we get the occupational license, and Dustin King will be doing that part, and he has to go get the interlock on his vehicle. He's gonna have someone else to drive the
Correct.
vehicle to the facility to get the interlock, because you cannot drive without an interlock.
As of
period.
this moment, you may not drive. Your license is suspended. If I catch you in the car driving, and we're going to have you sign an affidavit promising us you're not going to drive before you leave here. If you drive, you will be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 15 kids. Mother Teresa needs a ride to church. I don't care. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Yeah, JL, if he does well, and he's been doing well so far, that's good news. So we want to know that you appreciate the gravity of this offense going forward. The idea is that you have such a miserable experience here that you remember us 15 years down the road, 20 years down the road, you have some kind of catastrophic event in your life that causes you to go out, you get blitzed. You know what? I better not get in this car and go home. That was such a miserable experience. Huh? Yeah, he's gonna have to pay. What are court costs now? Was it a breath test or was it a blood test?
He volunteered for, I think, it's a .145.
Okay, so 6,000 and then plus court costs.
You didn't thought it was reduced?
Yes, yeah. I will give you time to pay it. Okay, I will give you, 2 years, so it's not going to break your bank, right? Because I understand, but I want you to understand that you're not going to get out of this scot-free. And I want you to appreciate this. You understand?
So surcharges apply even though it's not time served?
Correct. Yeah.
That's what I get.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
This is the moment the situation crosses the legal line. Notice something important. The complainant never leaves his car, and the defendant is the one approaching aggressively. In many states, once you initiate physical contact, the law doesn't care who was angrier or who hit the car first. At that point, it becomes a clear assault case. And just when you think it can't get worse, police search the vehicle and find something else entirely.
Neck.
A broken neck.
Yes, some fractured vertebrae. I believe she doesn't have any feeling in her right hand.
Ms. Hill, is that a result of this accident here?
Yes, sir.
Ay, ay, ay. Hi, Mom. Thank you so much for coming. So she's charged, you are charged, ma'am, with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. It looks like you had court on the 3rd of this month. No one appeared. And so we issued the warrant. So right now your case is in warrant status. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay, please.
Charge. On August 11, 2024, officers were dispatched to a crash call in Houston, Texas. They spoke with the witness, who advised that he arrived on scene soon after it happened. And then he observed defendant in the driver's seat of her vehicle, and he observed her vehicle crash into another vehicle in the middle of the roadway. Defendant's vehicle had heavy front damage and was facing oncoming traffic. The complainant's vehicle also had heavy front end damage. Officers spoke with the defendant, who stated she was driving at the time of the crash. The car was registered to the defendant. The defendant appeared disoriented, had swaying, staggering, and had slurred speech and a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage. Santa Cruz sobriety tests were administered, and HGN had 6 out of 6 clues. Walk and turn and one leg stand were not completed due to injuries to defendant's legs. Defendant was taken to Ben Top ICU. A blood warrant was drafted and blood was taken.
You don't have the results of the blood, do you?
Check, Your Honor.
Do we have a strong odor of alcohol? Do we have?
Third station mild odor of alcohol.
Okay, because I was wondering how.
Yes,
Okay.
and there's no blood results.
Again, I'm assuming they didn't do a DRE, so we know whether it's pills, whether it's
No, Your Honor.
marijuana,
Not that I know, Judge. I don't believe so.
Ms. Hill, if I drug test you now, what's going to show up?
Because I think she'll be fine.
My concern is if you're taking pills. Right. That's my concern, is that if you're driving in a car, you're taking pills, you're about to fall asleep and you end up wrecking. And
She said she will have no problem taking a drug test for that, Judge.
yeah, I mean, my concern is this, is that it looks like you're injured pretty bad, right? And they're going to give you a lot of dope to help kill the pain. And that's always when it starts. And then it becomes a very, very slippery slope, because once you've got that monkey on your back, meaning pain pills, it is very, very difficult to shed. I mean, in some people, it's almost impossible, and they become lifelong addicts, and they're in and out of the pokey. That's what I'm trying to prevent with you. So I am ordering you now not to use any alcohol or any dope whatsoever. If I find that you're using, I'm going to put you in jail. You're going to be healing on your own in custody. Do you understand? When I mean no dope, I mean no dope from any sources whatsoever.
This right here is one of the most important legal warnings in the entire video. A lot of people think probation or deferred adjudication means the case disappears. It doesn't. In Texas, a family violence finding stays on your record, and if another incident happens later, the charge can jump straight to a felony with up to 10 years in prison. That's why the judge is stressing something simple but powerful. One moment of anger today can become a decade behind bars tomorrow.
Whatsoever, no self-medicating. I'm telling you, I'm going to drug test you like crazy, and I want to know that you're not using. Do you understand me, man?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a Texas driver license, ma'am?
Yes.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
No, sir.
Then you're not allowed to drive. No driving whatsoever until I see that you have liability insurance with your name on it and you get court approval from us. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me that you're not going to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will reinstate your bond now, meaning that I'm going to take the warrant away. This is the only time I'm going to do it. If you miss court again.
It was a ACI OC. We issued a warrant, there was no bond against it.
Okay, so we'll have to set our bond now. No, I guess we set the bond at 2501. I'll just keep it at that amount, but we'll give her a PR bond. So I'm going to give you a PR bond today, Ms. Hill. This is the only one that you're going to get. You pick up another DWI, you start violating conditions. Serious as a heart attack, into jail you will go. Do you understand? Mom, should we be concerned? Is she okay? You know her better than anyone else. All I'm trying to do is, I don't want her to go to jail again. And I don't know if she has a drug or alcohol issue that we need to address. You know her better than anyone else. And the problem is if she goes to jail, who do you think she's going to call begging for her to bond out? You. And then when they put on the water show on you, it's going to be very difficult for you not to do it. And then you get to be on the hook for a bunch of money. I'm trying to prevent that. So do we have any drug or alcohol issues with Ms. Hill?
Right now she has been sober.
What's the drug of choice? Is it pills?
It was marijuana, but she's been sober. She made that decision before the accident to stop. So.
Before the accident or after the accident?
No, before the accident.
We have this accident though, and the blood test going to show something.
Possibly. I don't know what the blood test is.
And I don't know, but I'm putting you on notice.
Yeah.
No more. I'm going to test you like crazy. I hope that you understand this, Ms. Hill.
I do.
Okay.
If it means anything, I do think that she has had the scared straight moment with this accident. She's on her own taking an alcohol awareness class. I did not tell her to take that. So I know that she's been proactive in her own recovery during this time.
Look how banged up you are. Look at your hand, man. Look. I mean, you're lucky you didn't kill yourself. You were really lucky that you're not paralyzed. I think, are you? be careful. These small decisions you make now will impact you for the rest of your life. You've got a great lawyer. He will help you out. You must maintain contact with him. I will waive your appearance, but I'm telling you, I'm going to drug test you like crazy. Be ready, because within the next couple weeks, you will be called to take a drug test. If you don't show up, I will issue a warrant. Do you understand me, Ms. Hill? So be ready. If you don't have a prescription, and even if you do have a prescription for something, you can still abuse it, and that's what we don't want. Mom, please be careful, you've got one very short life to live. Okay, I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive until you get insurance. At that point, Mo,
Thank you, Your Honor.
she doesn't have any prior DWIs, does she?
No, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
Okay,
No priors at all.
Ms. Hill, we want you to live a long life, not like this.
Thank you.